Chat, let's see if it works a bit better now. Let's see. Is it gonna work a bit better now, I wonder? Okay, we might be seeing a slight improvement here. Cool. Well, that makes me happier if that is the case, because we don't want it to be lagging now, do we, chat? No, we don't want no lag. We don't want no lag. So let me know when you're in, guys. Let me know when you're in. Nice. So once you're in, guys, let me know if this is any better than what it was. I think it should be. But it's kind of hard to tell, you know, from my end. Okay, so price action never came past this point, so that's invalid for now. Actually, that's a lie. It's not invalid for now. It's just not ideal. We'd rather see it just run and keep moving. So I hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I know we're only on Tuesday, but of course, your week has to start somewhere. So chat, are we seeing lag on the? Okay, so the good thing, we're not getting any notifications telling me that we're getting lag, which is, I assume it means that we're not getting it, right? I assume that's what it means. Remember, if you are new here, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already joined the Discord. The link for that is down below. Let's actually get some tunes on now. Unfortunately, because we're on YouTube, you guys can't actually listen to the music that I'm going to listen to. But I encourage you to put some of your own music on in the background, you know, just to feel some of the empty space. So did anybody get any setups yesterday? I showed you some nice examples of potentials. Yeah, this is the only thing with YouTube, is the engagement level is a lot lower on YouTube. And when you have a lower engagement level, it makes it harder for the stream to be as entertaining. It just makes it a little bit harder, you know. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean because you guys aren't talking. What I mean is because, like, the chat isn't telling me anything. So the chat doesn't tell me when certain people join. It doesn't tell me when, you know, how people join. TikTok tells you how people join, when they're joining. You know, like, there's a lot more going on. So I can sort of relay some of that information, which helps a lot more with the gap filling stuff in between questions and so on. We should have access back to our TikTok live tomorrow, I believe. I believe it's tomorrow. Same thing as we spoke about yesterday. be like that, right? Up into the high. No specific setups at the moment, but I did download the daily bias indicator. I've been really helpful. Thank you again. Of course, no problem at all. No problem at all. And this is the thing. As long as I can help a little bit, that's the main thing, you know? That's the main thing. So that's really good. So for anyone wondering what the daily bias indicator is, you can see at the top of the screen right now, the daily bias indicator is showing us for each pair when we flick through these pairs, you know, whether we're looking for bearish, looking for bullish. Sometimes you will see there's points like this where the bias right here says bearish but price is running bullish. You're going to get that sometimes, but it's all to do with the referencing and the principle of where are we looking to sell or buy from. Yeah. So you're going to see a lot as well that are bearish when price action moves down, bullish when price action moving up. Yeah, so there's a lot of, and I mean, this is a good example. When we flick through, just look at what the chart's doing and look at what the bias is saying. Right, so bullish, bullish, bearish. Okay, price is going bullish, but the indicator says bearish. Nasdaq, sideways. USHF, price is going down and the indicator says bearish. Aussie, it's bullish and price is going up. Oil, it's bearish and price is, yeah, I mean, it's going down, but it is chopping a little bit. EuroJ, price is bullish, but we're at a really good place now to go long. But I would say that's more sideways than anything. It hasn't really gone anywhere. It's very chop, 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 chop. And Euro, British Pound, we're bearish and price is going bullish. So there's like what, 2, 3 that were showing the opposite. But that's fine. We can be wrong. We don't have to be right. So yesterday we had this setup right here. That's the gold's been very difficult. Yeah, well, the thing with gold, we've said this before, it is one of those pairs that's very heavily influenced by fundamentals. Now, of course, all pairs are influenced by fundamentals, but gold is going to see surges and drop-offs dependent on like the economic condition, not just the condition of like a particular currency, if you were. So remember what I said before. We're bullish, so we're looking for these lows to be ran. Like so. So you can see it in the chat right there, guys. You can join the EA shortlist. Now the EA has been in the works for a little while, but you will be on the shortlist, meaning you'll get an exclusive discount when it is launched. Let's see here. US dollar, Japanese yen. Goddamn seagulls. And this is what I said before. See this beautiful sell move here? Beautiful. And gold is actually in a really good spot here, to be honest. Because we're looking for this to drive us down into the lows. Let me put the watermark on so you guys can see it. There it is. So 10 people in the live stream right now. If every single one of you could hit that like button right now, I would really appreciate it. We're on 2 likes. Let's see if we can just hit 10 likes. You're watching your phone right now, so just tap it and it's done. It doesn't cost a penny, but it lets me know that you appreciate the live stream. And what it really does is it helps us get to other people. So we can delete these 2 down there actually. Put an alert on the high so we know. Guys, you see how that pumped it already? Just a few likes and we've doubled our concurrent viewers. So that's big W's. Big W's. Oh, my chart's flicking around everywhere right now. Get this out of the way. Right, you can see we've ran this here. So we'd expect a continuation higher into here. I've got to make that watermark a little bit less. It's too much right here. Just do 5, shall we? There we go. So it's similar to this. We'd be looking at the same thing, right? I'm finally waiting. I've been waiting for a trend reversal for months now. For a month now. Here's the question that I think you should always ask. Does your system tell you that it is a valid reversal and that price action could potentially continue lower? If the answer to that question is yes, then the probability is that the movement is going to be true. There is no right or wrong in terms of you know, it has to be this, or it's, you know, it's not going to be, or it is going to be. The main thing is, what does your system tell us? Because remember, we work off of probability. Probability is given to us by our system. Our system tells us what our edge is, and then we allow our edge to dictate to us. If you're talking about gold, what's going on, Clip Legend? Welcome. If you're talking about gold, I think gold personally, I think we're going to go long. I think we're going to go long, you know. If not, we play off of this and we come back down. Yeah. They're the 2 options. I'm bearish at the moment. Long time since I've seen you. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. We've been killing it on TikTok, to be honest. TikTok's been the one. YouTube just doesn't do, you know, it just doesn't give us what we're looking for. It doesn't give us what we're looking for. It's unfortunate, you know. YouTube is just a really, like, it's a good platform. We've got our grassroots in YouTube. It's great. But in terms of, remember me on Discord, Space M? Yeah, where you been, man? In terms of horizontal format, it's completely dictated by your thumbnail. And then the horizontal format, it is good, but it just still doesn't have that. It don't have that TikTok traffic, you know what I mean? TikTok, we were doing numbers. We had almost 100 concurrent viewers in our third live stream. My Discord got hacked. Oh, that sucks. How did it get hacked, man? That sucks. For a scam? Dude, that sucks. Nine, 6, 8. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. It has to be done. So like I say, TikTok's a little bit more fun. We can play our own music. There's a few things we can do, giveaways and stuff. You know, YouTube don't let you do giveaways. It's just kind of annoying. You know, because TikTok have their own currency. So I can do giveaways and things. Thanks for the subscription. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Remember, if you hit that like button or that thumbs up button, it helps us find new people just like you to enjoy the stream. Chat, I'm tired today, man. I'm tired today. I've been on the grind. I've made about 5k. Yes, brother. Most of it is because of you. Dude, man. Love that. Love that. Big love. Big love to Clip Legend in the chat. Space M, classic Discord user. That's big love. And that's a great example that if you just put in the work, like, I'm not trying to prove something to anyone. I'm not trying to showcase wealth to people. Like, I'll give you some tools, and if you choose to put the work in and use them, you're going to see outcomes. The main thing, man. And, you know, there's so many people as well that think they live in this really small-minded sort of headspace of, I need to get really good at doing one thing, and then that's it, I don't do anything else. What's your strategy? This is the only second video I've watched. I saw your content yesterday. I've been using trendline support resistance, but I haven't found a real edge yet. Still not seeing consistency or consistent success. Okay. So this is a big one. This is a big one for everyone. Might even try and turn this one to a short. Try and turn this into a little YouTube short. So, when you come to the trading industry, you are bombarded with this false... You're bombarded with this illusion that you can just simply do something, or you can just simply apply this and you're going to see an outcome, right? So the problems with that is, one, if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. Two, how would anybody ever sell anything past that if you, again, could just do that? And three, a lot of the people that are showcasing things to you, they're using lavish lifestyles to sell them to you, which means that the system themselves probably doesn't work. If you have to advertise, you know, like a GTR or something, right? Here's my GTR. You have to advertise a GTR. Ooh, supercar. Ooh, let's get all excited, right? If you have to do that to then be like, oh, here's a trendline package or whatever, chances are it don't work. So my biggest advice to you would be, get yourself an FX replay account. Okay, so go down below. You can see it underneath my face here, FX replay. Go to the description down below. If you use the link, you'll get 15% off if you choose to buy a subscription. You don't need to. But get yourself an account, okay, and then learn the Keep It Simple series. My system is based around this. It is, where is the big money going in the market? Right? This is Bitcoin chat, sir. Unfortunately not, my friend. Where is the big money going? When we can answer this question, we can begin to align ourselves with that. So this is why we get our daily bias indicator, because that tells us where the big money is going. Once we have a bias, we then look for liquidity on a lower time frame. Okay? In this case, a 4H. Right? That is how we then use the 15-minute to find our entry. Yeah. This allows us to have 3 consecutive points that follow the same rule set, that follow the same principle, to have a signature of alignment across 3 separate points. So then we can go down to something like this and look at what we're doing. Let's recap this whole trade right here. Let's recap it. Right? Let's rewind. Rewind. Okay? So we're finding the points of liquidity. So you can see we have a point of liquidity here. We have points of liquidity above. We're waiting for price to do what? We're waiting for it to run in our bias direction. Now, what is our bias? Well, our daily time frame tells us our bias. And you can see our bias because of this gap right here. Well, not just this gap, but this is the closest gap. Yeah, that's our bullish gap. That tells us that we are bullish. Down to the 4-hour time frame. We're looking for a 15-minute run of a point of liquidity. We take it out. So we now have a 4-hour point of liquidity that was contacted, And then we're seeing volume in these candles that are contacting it. And then we're waiting for a gap to appear like we saw on the daily time frame. And there we go. Beautiful. There's the gap. There's the entry point. We will look for price action to run into the highs. Simple as that, right? Just like this. Okay. Stop loss goes 3.2 to there, or you can run it to here for 4.2. Yeah. And then from here, we're just letting a limit sit and ultimately tap in like it does here. And then we look for price to run up into these highs. And then beautiful move happens. And that brings us to where we are now with price action. So it's great, right? And that's the simplicity of it. But like I said before, I don't need to flash a Lambo in your face, Ferrari in your face, $100 bills in your face. I don't need to do that. I'll give you the rule set and the system, and you can go and test it and see the value of it yourself. I've been trading for right about 2 years now. I started as I'm 13 years old. I'm now 15. And I'll be honest, if it wasn't for your Discord, I would have quit a long time ago. I can recommend. Dude, that's big love. That's big love. You've got so much further to go as well, dude. Like, the amount of people that aren't in that headspace at that age is crazy. Like, my son's 12 and all he cares about is playing Xbox and eating sweets. You know what I mean? So, big love, man. You're going to go far, I can tell you that. You're going to go far. Keep that mindset. Keep that, keep that hunger, and you're going to go far. There's no ifs or buts about it. And this is another example of you're starting to see the younger generation branching into this industry, even though they're legally bound outside of it. One of our quickest learners that we've ever had of the system was a 17-year-old kid called Ivan from Denmark, I believe it is. And he learnt the system from nothing to a system that he could test, and he was seeing consistent profit curves from it. Beautifully explained. I'll definitely look into FX Replay right now. I just want to learn as much as possible. Yeah, of course. And this is always the thing. Learn, take notes. Then once you have rules, instead of trying to just put them on the market, because it's going to... There's a couple reasons. Thanks for the subscription. There's a couple reasons why I say this. It's because placing something on a market... Let's say this, right? Let's rewind. And do this. Okay, there's so many. Look how many entries there are as well. Look. So many different entries. Like, there's so many. It's not just the ones I'm showing you. You know, these are all like... These are from way, way back. Like, look. Yeah. It's not a one-off, right? From Denmark too? Nice, man. Nice. Right, so let's say this, right? Let's say you're learning a rule set. Okay, and we'll put it back to here. So we're on the 15-minute. So you see it, right? Let's say you get an entry here. And you go, yes, we're going to go long here, for example. Okay, stop below here, whatever. This is purely random, right? And then you play it. And you're like, oh, it didn't tap in. Okay, cool. That's one. Then you've got to wait a whole nother day. I mean, that actually did tap in, even though it was a random entry. A whole nother day for an entry to come around. Let's say you find another point that you think is an entry, and you do the same thing, and you go, oh, I'm just going to place it here and going to go long, right? And then stop us out, please. Stop us out, please. There we go. Right, cool. We get stopped out, and we go, we done that wrong, actually. Now we've looked, we've done that wrong. So you've done 2 examples of data collection over the space of like 2 days. That's too slow. If you want to see any kind of progression over a quick, not quick, but over a longer period of time, you need to make your learning data collection as proficient as possible. Forward testing is only good once you've done your back testing. What you'll realize is the speed of the market is so different to when you're back testing and when you're, analyzing. When you're actually in the market, it becomes a very different scenario. E-commerce popping off. So some people wonder, well, I've been asked before, if you make so much money trading, why do you have to charge money for people to be taught one-to-one? Why do you run an e-commerce business? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Take it easy, brother. Mind how you go. Yeah, of course, dude. Take it easy, brother. See you in Discord. But it always falls down to this. If you have any concept of not working a 9 to 5, a lot of people have this concept, right? They work their 9 to 5 job, and that is the only way they generate income. They generate income and they make, let's say they make 40k a year, just for example. They make 40k a year. Then what they do is they think, I want to quit this job and I want to do this, but I can't because I'm not going to earn enough. Well, the easiest way to fix that is to have 2 of the same kind of job, right? Then you're going to double the amount. And then you have 3 of the same kind of job. So ultimately what happens is you can earn less in 4 individual jobs. But once those jobs start moving, just like you would when you're in any career, you start leveling up, you start scaling. And then you have 4 full incomes, essentially, when you could just be focusing on 1 and earning 4 times less. Yeah? So it's always important to keep that mindset. Multiple streams of income will free up so much time for you in terms of how many hours you're going to have to spend to make the same amount of money. Now, don't get me wrong. It's going to take time to get into the flow. It's going to take time. There's going to be a few nights where you don't get that much sleep because you're going to be putting in the work, but it'll be so worth it. It'll be so worth it. Because once you plant the seeds, so once you dig the garden, it's hard work, or really hard work digging the garden. Then once you fertilize the soil again, it's really hard work. But once you plant the seed and that seed grows, it's just up from there, It's just up from there. As long as you water it, you stay on top of its care, it's all love from there. E. Similar thing here. See this high? If we run this, more likely to continue up into these highs than we are to reverse. So remember guys, if you're in the live stream right now, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate every single one of you. It helps us reach other people that maybe are looking to learn. Maybe they just want a community to hang with. Same thing here, chat. You're going to start to notice the market is so boring. It's the same shit every single day. It's the same shit. I'm looking to quit my 9 to 5 right now. But at least I just want to build a skill that makes me a more secure future. Yeah, of course. And this is the thing as well, right? You should always diversify. It's kind of like a portfolio. You should look at yourself as you are an investment. Yourself. You are the investment. And the value of yourself is dictated by where you... Because... Okay, so this is the thing that I really focused on, I really locked in on myself, is you don't have a monetary value that you are worth as a person. By giving yourself a 9 to 5 and setting an hourly rate, you're ultimately dictating the value of your own life. Okay? So, look at yourself as an unlimited portfolio. Instead of valuing the hours, value the time that you give. Okay, so depending on where you place that time, whether it's an hour in selling on the internet, an hour in trading, an hour in whatever, diversifying yourself and diversifying your potential for income aligns you with the probability of receiving income. Yeah, it's all about aligning yourself with because money finds people. There's so much money in the world. There's so much money in the world. You just have to be in the right position to find it. You have to provide value. You have to be a giver of information, not a taker of information. So it's all good to learn a skill. Once you learn a skill, use it to develop yourself into something more than just a singular trick pony. It's so important to diversify, guys. It really is. Like I said earlier, you wouldn't just put all of your money. You wouldn't put all of your money in one bag. So, why would you put all of your skills in one bag? You won't. Yeah, last stream cut off early. Yeah, I cut it off. Yeah. Yeah, I cut it off and reset the router. Now it's all good. I think anyway. The Wi-Fi tests have seemed to be a lot better, so I think it's good now. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Morning, morning. What's going on? Just woke up. Nice, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. What are your thoughts on prop firms from someone who doesn't have a lot of money to start? They say it's a good option, obviously after developing a workable strategy. Yeah, so prop firms are good. They are good. They do make it harder though, like purposely harder. This is the one thing with prop firms. Everyone says, "Oh, they're the best. They're the best." Yeah, it's a good option. It is a good option. The reason why there's so many prop firms though is because it's a very good business model. They make a lot of money. You got to ask yourself, how do they make a lot of money? Well, either every single trader that takes a challenge, they take 10% of the profit and every single trader wins, right? So they're making 10% of however many millions their traders are making. Or the other option is 90% of the people that take the challenges fail. So there's a lot of money for them to be made, because they do the opposite. They B-book and do the opposite. Well, you're running demo anyway. Of 90% of their traders, and then they're taking 10% of the winning traders. So what we're sort of really making an emphasis on in the trading community, myself and some others, is that prop firms are great, but we have to be mathematical in our approach to them. Have to be mathematical. Because you could end up just buying and buying and buying and buying, trading accounts when you could have just traded your own capital. But yeah, they're fine. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to grab a coffee chat and I'll be right back. Be right back. See any good opportunities today? Potential for this long move here. What else? Apart from that, not really, no. Zed asking for you in chat. What's going on, Paul? Been in a long since 3303. Nice. Yeah, I'm not trading gold just yet. I'm 3303. Oh wait, you're talking about down here, maybe? 3303. I can't seem to work out where that is, my dude. So guys, remember, if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The link for all of the good stuff that you could possibly want or need is down below. Got the flip of the 4-hour candle yesterday. Have let me ride with 20 micros. Take a look at it 1 second. You talking about gold? Oh, that's probably why it's not working. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. Big love. It's so warm today. So warm. GC futures. Ah, right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking gold doesn't get down to 303 yesterday. Like, that was crazy. Nice work, Paul, man. Good job. What's the view on Bitcoin? Let's take a look, shall we? I mean, long term, long. Long term, I'm long, but right now I am bullish. Where it is now actually looks. That looks alright. If it gives a gap, price action delivers like a bullish space. You can look to follow that out. But unless we get an entry here, it's just another low that it's taken out, right? I'm bullish though. See the bias. So the bias indicator at the top of the screen, you can get that completely free. Just head over to TradingView and go to Pip Surfing Society. Yeah. And you can get the daily bias indicator completely free. It's right here. Don't know why that's that. Here we go. So same thing what we're saying here. Continuations more likely than reversal. Here's another thing, right? The amount of people that obsess about trying to be correct in price action moving in a certain way. People obsess about being correct all the time, right? The main thing is this. If you understand mathematically what your edge is, if you have price action doing something like this, right? And you take a long for whatever reason. Okay, you put your stop loss at the low and it comes down, goes bang, takes you out. That's -1, right? That's all it is -1. Let's say the same thing happens. You get another entry, goes bang, takes you out. Okay, you get another entry. It goes bang, takes you out. Collectively, being wrong that many times is -3. But if you have a +3 risk reward, it only takes for one trade to deliver to where you want it to go, and then you're up 1. Yeah? So don't be scared to be wrong. It's okay to have a less than 50% hit rate. So many people are going to say, ooh, that's not, that's not, it's really like one of these common misconceptions. Like hedge funds have less than a 50% hit rate. Most of them. We've got literally profitable trading results in our Discord from a 17-year-old, and when he's trading it, it's like a 44% hit rate, and he's seeing like a 19% growth from a 5k account. Like, it's crazy. What's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Curious on what your read would be for GC. Let's see what here. Check the 4 hour. It's on a mission. Only had a 15 tick stop for entry. Do you mean on gold? Curious with GC. Let's go GC. Right, so we'll work down gold futures. Oh, gold futures. Right, you want me to look at gold futures. I don't actually look at futures, to be honest. But I don't even know what the chart name is for it. What would it be? What would it be? GC1? I'm mainly Forex. Oh, GC exclamation mark? This is it, right? GC1 exclamation mark. Yeah, so it's the same as what I had earlier. It's literally the same chart, just slightly different pricing. Same chart. I'm looking for a sell away from this high. So I'm waiting for price to come in. So like, yeah, they're different pairs. You know, this is XAU USD. But it's the same. It's literally the same chart. So I'm looking for this to deliver down. Now, we're not looking to use it as resistance. We're looking to use it as a pool of liquidity. What's going on, Void? To then sell price lower. Only difference is Wix pretty much CDF brokers, different data provider. Yeah. So this is where I want price to get to. Like here. The reason why I want it to get to here is because that will keep my bias in play. If we see price push down into here, that will close up the gap on the daily, and that will keep the bias the same as what I have it now. So here's your pull. We're looking for a run of this price to come down into this low area. I need to adjust this. There we go. Much better. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So it's the same as the chart here that we just saw. Yeah, we're just below the same point. Run the high. That's your liquid pool. Price down to lows, yeah? So remember, everything I show you is all based off of a data collected system. It's not about... On GC1, there is a gap up there. Yeah, we like the Wild West. Yeehaw! Yeah, gap here. Yeah. People say that Forex itself is like the Wild West. I think as long as you're using a reputable broker and your system, you know, proves itself, then it's the main thing, isn't it, really? Ah, bad hay fever today, guys. Bad hay fever. Ooh. Some strong coffee. Holy smokes. That is strong. All about the system that you catch the move, consistent edge. Yeah, that's it. Thoughts on GU counter, Ross, if you please. Let's see. A counter. As in selling down into the lows, yeah. So yeah, I see. If we're gonna run from anywhere, it will be before we take this high. I believe if we come up and take this high, we're gonna keep running, in my opinion. Daily time frame though, we ran the high. You can see we're sort of in no man's land. We ran this point. We're right here. And then from here, we've created another high. And then we're running it again. So in terms of reversing, gold's hitting the high. I think we could see a push up first. I'm thinking we're going to see something like this. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong. I'm not being biased because I'm in a long already. It's a super low risk. Super low risk. So, and you know me, I don't really care if I take a stop or not. We don't have anything right now to tell me that we're going to go down. Even the volume has dropped off, so it makes me think we're going to see a continuation rather than a reversal. But if we do reverse, like I say, I think we're going to come up into these areas. And ultimately, the thought behind that is this. Flush out anyone that's selling now by taking them out. Price moving higher. Satisfy any late buyers in these areas, then we reverse and the whole process starts again. That's what I think anyway. We'll see. But I don't really have much in the way of counter at the moment, man. Unfortunately. Sorry about that. Cool, so what's the time? Okay, so like 25 minutes-ish, we see the crossover from London to New York. Of course, man. Is there any merit to pairing Orion with structure order flow on the 5-minute time frame? Honestly, the biggest thing is this, dude. Take the rule set of Orion and then test it, because I wouldn't want to say yes or no without having data to back it up. You know, that's the main thing. Gotta have data to back it up. Do you have a video on how to mark liquidity, or is it on FX replay? I was trying it out, what you explained earlier. So if you check out the Keep It Simple series, I'm pretty sure we explain it there. What are the other videos? There must be another video, surely. I might do a video just on pivotals, actually. If you guys would like a video just on pivotals, let me know and I'll do that. I'll record it this week and post it for the weekend. What's going on, man? Welcome. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you could just hit that love heart button down in the bottom right, it helps the stream get to a lot of other people. And I can literally tell you right now, if we hit that little love heart button in the bottom right corner, you're going to see the number of viewers grow in this stream. You're going to see the number of viewers grow. So we're on 14 right now. I guarantee that we will see more people join. It's just the way that it works. I don't know why, but it is. We've got 12 likes right now. That's good. Loving that. So chat, tomorrow, we get our TikTok live account back. We get the TikTok account back. So make sure you follow me along, because that's going to be our primary streaming platform. Let me show you. This is me right here. Don't know if you can actually see that. 1 second. There we go. So make sure you follow me. We're trying to get to 15k. See how many we got right now? We got 1413. Okay. Ross-rfx. Oh. That didn't look good, did it? The iPhone stunning the camera right there. Okay, so gold, we're just waiting for this to plod along. Right, so notice something here. There's not really much volume at the point of interaction. Not a huge amount of volume there. We'll go to the futures chart and see if there's a difference. If futures even records volume, I don't know. Yeah, they do. But it hasn't actually hit it yet on futures. But you want to see volume occurring at the point of interaction. That tells us that liquid is actually present where we believe it is. So go back to Euro. See, it's pushing away now. Now, if you know the system, any way, shape or form, you will know that this entry is now a little bit out of there because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles and we still haven't tapped in. We want to see more of an immediate reaction, kind of similar to this, right? Where we create it, then the next candle taps us in. Yeah, so it's a beautiful, beautiful example. I remember, like, you see, like this setup here. If you feel a certain way because you're seeing price go down into your stop losses, you don't trust your system enough. You should never feel a certain way about a trade, ever, ever. Yo, the donation, the $5. Yo, W's in chat. Thank you. You did not have to do that. I really appreciate that. You did not have to do that at all. That's big love. Big, big love. You did not have to do that. Big W's in chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Daniel, I was back testing on the weekend. One thing I wasn't sure was looking at the 4-hour sweeps of liquidity was whether to trade against an FVG opposite to the daily bearish on the 4-hour. Of course, I appreciate it massively. And thank you for being here. You know, you don't have to donate to say thank you. Just a little like and a subscribe is enough. I really do appreciate that. So let me think about the question here. Liquidity was whether to trade against the FVG opposite to the daily bearish on the 4-hour. I'm not sure. I think I'm getting confused with what you're asking. So the daily was bearish, yeah? Let's just take it into consideration. Like, let's do UJ because that's actually bearish already. Right, so we had a bearish gap on here. Broker name, Vantage FX. If you go into the description down below, you'll find the link for the broker. Right, so there's a gap here, right? Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Yeah, so link in the description for the broker if you want to make your own private account. I remember you don't have to put a load of money into a broker account. You can just put a few pound in and trade pennies. That's the main thing. Okay, so from here, if we're bearish, when we come down to the 4-hour time frame, let's rewind here. So let me rewind. Rewind to here, right? So we're bearish and we're looking for points of liquidity to sell away from. Okay, so we have 2 points of liquidity right here. And we expect price to continue traveling lower. Yeah. So bullish daily, 4-hour bearish, FVG that swept a high, then getting money out on the 15-minute. No, so you'd be looking for lows to be swept. So from here, we're bearish on the daily. We're bearish on the 4-hour time frame. We've got liquid points. Well, we haven't yet. We've got liquid points on the 4-hour time frame. If we run this, okay, like here, so we run it. Let me pull this in. We run this here, and then we see a gap. Well, it's not actually a gap yet, but we see a gap right there, yeah? So that gives you an area for sell side to come into play. Leave a little gap for your spread, and then you target your 4-hour low. And your 4-hour low is actually here, so it's a lot closer than we think. Okay, which gives you this 5.4. Yeah. Then if we tap in, which it actually takes a while to tap in, which I don't think it'd even be valid. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would just be valid. Okay, and then price eventually comes back down. Now, theoretically, this isn't a valid setup because of the time it's being delivered, and we're on, I think you'd have to hold it over the weekend, which we don't encourage. Excuse me. We would always make sure the environment is safe before you enter. So what was that? In the case there is a 4-hour bullish FEG before you showed. Oh, so like here, if there was a 4-hour bullish gap, you would still trade into it. Daily will dictate bias rather than liquid time frame. Yep. So it's similar to this, except there wasn't actually a gap there. Got ya. But by all means, when you're backtesting, take notes on the one that maybe have this scenario, and then keep them in like a separate data pool. So then you can look at that data and say to yourself, oh, actually, a lot of those trades, don't work, or they do work, etc. What were you saying about it's valid, it's based on your trading hours? Yeah, so when you backtest, you're going to obviously dictate to yourself, I'm going to be on the charts, or I'm going to trade setups that appear within X to X time. So for example, for me, I'm generally trading sort of 9:30 in the morning till around 4 p.m. So what we don't want to do is test outside of those parameters. So what you don't want to do is test, let's say 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. because in reality, you're not going to trade 5 a.m. and you're not going to be trading up until 10 p.m. So trade the hours that you're actually going to trade. So when we saw that setup on here, look at the time it tapped in and it was delivered. It delivered at 7 p.m. on a Friday. Are we taking a trade 7 p.m. on a Friday? Probably not, because it means we're going to have to hold over the weekend, which isn't really safe. So even though the setup is analytically correct and analytically valid, the time it was offered isn't really in line with what we're looking for in terms of our trading time. Okay? So obviously it's going to be dependent on where you are in the world, what time you're going to trade. And we have some students that trade just JPY pairs because they like to trade the Asia session. And you see a lot of decent setups coming out during the Asia session. I can't even speak. So yeah, I mean, it's completely unique to each pair, each trader, and yeah, to make sure that you're just being safe with that. All love, man. All love. All love. Right, guys. I do have a few things I need to do today, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to wrap things up here in a couple minutes. We're going to give 5 more minutes. If you are in the live stream, you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. If you haven't already joined the Discord, you can. And, of course, if you want to set yourself up a little broker account, you can find the link for that down below. Xauusd. I will always say they're the best because I've always used them. They've never done anything for me to be like, hang on a minute. You know, it's always been very clean cut. They're very transparent. And yeah, it's really, how would I say? It's really refreshing. It's probably the best way to explain it. Refreshing to be involved with a company like Vantage because they are so transparent. There is no fluff around the edges. Alright guys, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask it. So remember what I said before. Do we care if price comes and takes us out? No, we don't. We don't care. Why? Because it's one trade out of a collection of trades that create an overall long-term result. We've still got quite a bit of distance on that as well, to be honest. Okay, so our friend Mr. Powell is talking today. Make sure that you're aware of that. Right, 2 minutes left of the stream, guys. Remember, TikTok. We're going to be back on TikTok hopefully tomorrow, so make sure you're following me on TikTok. See it right there. Let me get rid of the holiday group chat that keeps popping up. See me right there. Give me a follow. I made the plunge and just downloaded it. Oh, big love, man. Big love. Well, you'll see, Daniel, that when you get it and you watch one of my live streams, you'll see what I mean. It's so much more interactive. Like, you see how we're in the chat right now. You guys have options to like send super chats or subscribe or whatever. You still have that in TikTok, but then I have the option to do giveaways for you, for example. I can give things back to you, you know? Okay, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. It's big love to every single one of you. Remember, every single thing you do in the market has to be calculated, has to be correct, and has to be pre-analyzed before you just jump in feet first. Every single second you're spent here in the stream means a million to me, guys. I really do appreciate it. Everybody that's clicked the like button, everybody that has clicked the subscribe button, and of course, our donator of the stream. I appreciate it. I'm pretty sure your name's Nidhai, right? Nidhai? Hopefully, I haven't just butchered the life out of that, which I imagine I probably have. But big love to every single one of you. I really do appreciate it. Remember, the Discord, all the links are down below. If you would like to check them out, you can. And as always, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Trade safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. And always follow your trading plan. Peace and love, guys. Remember, whatever you want, you can get it as long as you practice, you put the time in. What you put in, you will end up seeing come back to you in the end. Ciao for now, guys. Peace and love. Stay humble. Stay true.